Science Prime, brought to you by Safaricom.
Krisi ni time ya kusambaza furaha. Hii Christmas, pata deals na offers from Safaricom ili upate furaha ya kupiga stori za mwaka. Ni time ya kushare gifts na watu wako. Kama uko busy, kuna solutions za kuimarisha biashara yako na kupata deals za kutravel popote utakapo. Hii Krisi ni time ya kushare upendo kote nchini. Watch out for Safaricom Santa coming to a town near you with Christmas surprises. Sambaza furaha this Christmas na Safaricom.
Well, it's Saturday, the 2nd of December 2023. A very warm welcome to Science Weekend Prime Edition. This is Chris MWOLOLO and our sign language interpreter is Gideon Minor. Here we are ready to update you with the stories that are making headlines in the world of news today. So we begin with education matters, and the Education Cabinet Secretary, that's Ezekiel Machogu, today announced the release of 3.9 billion shillings as the initial installment for financing scholarships under the new higher education funding model. The funds are allocated to cover government-sponsored first-year students in public universities. Machogu specified that successful applicants who utilized the higher education financing portal launched on August 2023 will benefit from the scholarships. He mentioned that all universities will receive their respective portions of the scholarships for students by December 4th, 2023. The Ministry of Education clarified that the allocation of funds to students was determined using means testing instrument MTI, that's a reliable scientific method of assessing students' financial needs to ensure adequate support.
Shall enjoy equal opportunities in accessing university education and TVET education through 100% government funding. This means the households are not expected to pay anything for the program cost, and additionally, the students will receive upkeep from their own proceeds. Out of the 2022 KCSE graduates, over 45,000 university students and 42,000 TVET students categorized as vulnerable and extremely needy will be fully funded under the government scholarships and loans. The categorization will be realized through a reliable scientific method, commonly known as means testing instrument, used to determine the students' level of financial needs to ensure they are supported adequately. However, continuing students will not be affected by this funding model and will continue to receive their funding based on the government's existing model. And I understand there are a few concerns from the Vice Chancellors. I was talking to the Chair of Vice Chancellors, and I told him to relax, because as a government, we are on a serious engagement. Actually, even when I was here, my colleague from National Treasury, we are engaging on the same. We have been engaging on the same with the Principal Secretary, even as we were out there with him in Rome. And one of the things that we are presenting in the coming week to Cabinet as a Cabinet memo is on this, so that whatever gaps there are, I'm sure that we are going to take the necessary measures as might be necessary.
Now moving on, Siaya County's First Lady Betty Orengo has expressed concern over the increasing incidents of gender-based violence in the county. During the World AIDS Day celebrations at Ugunja Primary School, where she was the chief guest, Mrs. Orengo highlighted the high prevalence of HIV in Siaya standing at 14.1%, while acknowledging a reduction in adolescent HIV infections. She warned that the progress could be jeopardized by the escalating rates of sexual and gender-based violence. Mrs. Orengo emphasized the importance of community engagement, citing research indicating a 64% increase in treatment access. She called on the government to ensure healthcare accessibility for economically less advantaged Kenyans, especially under the universal health coverage, addressing the needs of those unable to enroll in the National Medical Insurance Scheme. Listen.
Now in Siaya, we have done very well. We have seen the reduction. In fact, it's the highest percentage in the whole country of adolescent HIV infections. So, makofi kwa our team in Siaya. But unfortunately, we have now seen a rise in sexual and gender-based violence, which is part of the triple threat that Randy have talked about here. So with SGBV, you also get HIV infections rising, and then you get what the government calls adolescent pregnancies or teen pregnancies. Teen pregnancies are violence against girls and children. There is nothing like a teen getting pregnant. A teen is made pregnant, often by, are you called mubabas? Often it's always by force, and sometimes, it's okay. Yeah. Often it is by force under coercion, and the circumstances where force is used. In our laws, we call it defilement, and some of it is, rises to torture because the children get very badly injured. They then suffer other medical conditions such as fistula because their bodies are not ready to have babies. And in the process, a lot of them are getting HIV infections. And so we saw in this year's KNDS report that our prevalence rate has risen to 14.1%, which is 4 times the national average. This is not acceptable, and this is something all of us are going to campaign against. We are going to let the communities lead as they have been doing. Actually, Waziri, when I saw the theme for this year's World AIDS Day, I think they're just reminding us, because in Siaya and across Kenya, I'm aware that communities have been leading the fight against new HIV infections. A lot of research has been done by many NGOs working on this issue, and they have found that community engagement leads to greater access to treatment.
Still in the Nyanza region, Migori woman representative Ms. Fatuma Mohammed has advocated for positive competition to enhance women's voices in the Kenyan workforce. Speaking at the Migori Town Caucus, she highlighted the goals of the Kenya Women Parliamentary Association, aiming to uniting women for their welfare, democracy, and women's rights. Fatuma addressed the challenges faced by Kenyan women, emphasizing the pursuit of gender equality rather than competing with men for leadership. Elected as an independent candidate in the 2022 general elections, she urged men to lead in uplifting women for societal balance. She also called on Migori parents to safeguard youth during the December holiday, to reduce HIV infections.
It's a group that has come together, KEOPA, to unite the women who are in leadership, both in the houses of assembly and the Senate. We have come together, we have always been together even in the past parliament, that we work together to promote women, to gender equality and anything else that is to do with women. We are not biased to men, and we are requesting men to be our lead in this. We cannot do it without our men. So we are requesting the men kindly work with us and give us an opportunity to showcase what a woman can do. We are not in competition with you, but we are in positive competition with you. We just want to show what we can do, because for a very long period, women in the whole world, not only in Kenya, not only in Migori, we have been left behind. And we are saying this is a healthy competition, and we are giving an example. We have Her Excellency Gladys Wanga, who was elected just the other day. But if you compare Gladys Wanga with all governors who are elected in Kenya, to be sincere, God is our witness, Madam Gladys Wanga is doing her best. She is one, in fact, she is number one. And so we are saying women are not bad leaders. We are good leaders, only if we could be given an opportunity. December is a long period for our girls and boys who are out of school for the long holiday. We are telling parents, please take care of your children. Please guide them. Please use the churches, the mosque, and the religious leaders. Keep them busy with God and their books so that they don't go astray. And we are telling our men that these women are your daughters. These women are your wives, are your sisters, are your mothers. Please take good care of them and help us fight HIV.
KEOPA is a caucus of all women members of parliament drawn from both houses, the National Assembly and the Senate. KEOPA's mandate is to support women parliamentarians in their mandate as well, which is legislation, oversight and representation. 16 days of activism that happens from November 25th to December 10th marks it's an important week, especially for women, because we try to amplify the voices of women and also talk about gender equality. We believe that gender equality should be achieved in our generation, and so KEOPA, together with Honorable Fatuma, we've decided to come into Migori County, and also today commemorating World AIDS Day. We understand that with the Kenya Demographic Health Survey report, Migori is one on the red line zones. So we want to come and talk about these things, amplify the voices of women, and also tell women that women in politics are doing good work. Honorable Fatuma is a testament that resilience and hard work brings us here. She's a true testament in KEOPA, an independent woman candidate in an ODM zone, and she really did well. And so we also believe that women not only need voices, women need support, women need...
On that note, we are going to take a short break right here on Science Weekend Prime Edition. We are coming back with more news in a short while. Stay with us.
Science Prime, brought to you by Safaricom.
Krisi ni time ya kusambaza furaha. Hii Christmas pata deals na